Welcome to another episode of Just One Fern. It's just Lucas and I today, just the boys hanging out. How have you been this week?
I've been pretty good. You seem a little frazzled right now. Just a bit.
It's been a crazy busy week, and I don't know. I've been super hyped up because my soccer team won on Tuesday.
Hey,
I know,
congrats!
and we haven't won a game in 3 months.
Oh, so you guys are really good.
So we are not really good. I mean, we're good, and we usually don't lose by a lot. Like if we lose, we usually lose by like 1 or 2 goals maximum, right? And so this game we won 2-1, so it was super close.
Nice.
But oh my god, it was the best. I walked out of that game going, God damn, this is what I needed, and then I was ready to take on the rest of the week. But yeah, I'm definitely frazzled. I have a lot of stuff I have to get done like tonight and with work and everything. So, but I'm happy to be here talking about it, venting about everything to you.
Oh,
so,
hell yeah.
I've been watching a lot of the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Really?
Yes, I restarted it. I haven't watched it since I was a child. So,
what do you think so far?
Rewatching it, I'm remembering bits and pieces from when I watched it as a kid, but it's honestly like even better. Like it's one of the most incredible storylines in the world. And I guess this is my question I did want to ask you. What would be your element? Like what is your element? Not, or let's say, I guess, what would you want to be, and is that different from what you would actually be, like in all seriousness?
I would want to be air, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone would want to be an air.
Right. Everyone wants to be air. Everyone wants to be the Avatar, of course.
Yeah.
I think I give off more Earth vibes.
Okay.
Not necessarily vibes, but like I think I look like I would be an Earthbender.
Do
you know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Got like that sturdy kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You look like you're made of wood.
Thank you.
You are Pinocchio. You're a real one.
I got that splinter dick. Yeah.
I was going to make a one joke about that, but you beat me to it. God damn it. I totally see that, though. I see the Earth guy in you.
Yeah. What about you?
I want to be air, but I think I would be a waterbender.
Aaron?
I have a feeling that's... Am I wrong? Do you think I'd be fire?
I see you as fire.
Really?
Because I've seen you get so enraged sometimes. Particularly...
You're right. I have a hot button. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I see you go off, and I can see the fire in your eyes, and I can see your hands start to steam.
Yeah.
And there's burn marks on whatever you were holding before you got mad.
The smoke starts coming out of my ears.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I could see you as water too. Like no.
Am I fire? Okay. I trust you.
I think you're fire. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be. I want to be air. So like, if I'm not water, then I'm not water.
I would say fire is kind of close to air. It really is just air bending, but only when the air is on fire.
True. And like firebenders are pretty badass in general.
Yeah. They're
kind of the worst, but
hey, you're discriminating. They're not all like that.
I know. I'm sorry. I understand. But I don't know. I can get really mad. Like if we're talking about when, we were in classes in school, like I would.
There's one particular person I'm thinking of that he would make all of us really mad.
Yes.
But no,
in general, I just remember I got to a point in classes where I just didn't care about keeping my mouth shut. So like
when you did that, you made the class better.
I
was saying stuff everybody was thinking.
I was saying stuff that I never thought I would ever say out loud in a class. Like it was just
and it went well usually
because people were like, oh my god, what just happened? Why did he say that? And it was one of those moments where it just happens and I'm like, what did I just do? Like did that come from me? Did I say that out loud?
How do you feel after you say stuff like that? Like those like like you say something that you're like, oh, that was risky.
I definitely have that moment where I like sit back. It's kind of like I judge my reaction to what I have said based on every other person's reaction in the class. So like if I said something and it was like very aggressive, right? And I got a horrible response from the class, I would just sit back and for the rest of the class and like cross my arms. Like
Oh, I
I'm not
feel you.
talking again. But
Yeah.
that rarely happened. Like
No, it never.
and
Yeah.
it definitely helped that we were all on the same page about a lot of topics. But
Yeah.
I was just there got to be a point where I just started ripping into this guy, and I mean we all kind of did, but there were some things that I just said out loud in person.
Yeah. No. What's crazy is some of those things you said at him, and he just didn't hear, or
Yeah.
he pretended like he didn't
Oh,
hear them.
so many times I would say things and just like it's like he wasn't listening, which again makes sense. Like he probably was never listening when we were speaking, but yeah, so
Yeah.
strange.
He very much had a, above, looking down the nose type of
Correct.
thing.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
I can't even remember some of the stuff I said now because I like blocked.
None of it
out.
was bad. None of it was like mean.
It was always.
It was
that's
just
the
very
thing.
honest.
It was
Yeah.
things that everyone was thinking that was the truth, and that he just didn't want to hear. And I just
Yeah.
like, all right, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this. Hi, this is stupid. Why are we doing this? This makes no sense. And everyone would be like, oh yeah, I guess. And so
Yeah.
when that happened, I was like, oh, I can keep talking. Like I
Yeah.
can keep speaking.
Well, we needed a leader, Aaron. We needed somebody to gather up the rebels and.
Well,
charge
that was the
the
thing. I feel
forward.
like in our class, like we were like the rebels. Like we had our own little like section in the classroom. Like when you first walked into the
Yeah.
left, and like when Just One Fern started, like that group of guys.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
there were our actual leaders of the class, who we just like we basically made fun of them the whole time. Like just like I was constantly throwing things at them, and they just were not. They were not responding well to it usually because they didn't like that I would sometimes speak up to Armin instead of like letting them handle the situation.
Well,
Just like-
sometimes they wouldn't handle it.
Yeah,
that's
wouldn't.
the problem.
But I get it.
No, I'm not
after the whole
criticizing.
year, I totally understand because
No, once I
No way.
understood, because you come into the class, you're like, oh, like I hear all these things,
Yeah.
and then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna judge it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I should have just listened.
Yeah, it was one of those times when because usually I would say obviously don't go in with an open mind. Go in and like try to
Yeah.
get the most out of it. But the fact that day one we were
Sometimes.
thrown to our
Yeah.
knees, it was terrible. So like
But I'm glad we had our own little section where we could like do goofs and like
I agree.
I don't like they just talk during class and ended up becoming this, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
It literally turned into this because I was like, what we were doing was it Rock and Bowl was what we were preparing for. That was the first one.
Yeah, we interviewed. Who we interviewed
Superficial.
for that?
That was our
Superficial.
first one, and
Yeah.
because I remember we were trying to think of ways to promote Rock and Bowl because our teacher was like, "You're not gonna get people to show up. Like you're not." And we were like, "Yes, we are." And I basically remember saying, "Why don't we just do like an interview with the bands?" And they were like, "All right, but who would interview them?" And I was like, "I can do it." Like I've wanted to be a talk show host. Like I can do it. Let's go.
And then I jokingly said, "Oh, I want to be the guy who sits on the couch." and makes little jokes.
And you
And
were.
we did it, and then I just was, yeah.
And we had the Lucas
The
question.
Lucas question, yeah. I would ask the dumbest question I could think of.
And James Sprecher was me for an episode.
Yeah. What happened? You couldn't show up one
Yeah,
day.
it was. I was dealing with some personal stuff in my life at that time, but like it was literally like
okay,
the day beforehand, something really bad happened, and like we had to go in and film the next day, and I was like, I just can't do
Oh,
And
shit,
so-
okay.
it. James Sprecher stood in for me, and it was the funniest thing in the
Well,
world
we
because
tried
you kept,
not
like
to pretend.
you were
that-
like scooting towards. No, he just said I'm Aaron Fern.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he
just said,
didn't
"I'm
say
Aaron."
I'm James
Yeah.
Sprecher. He just said he was me, and that was perfect. That was the funniest thing I have ever
Yeah.
seen anyone do. Like I will go back and watch that video sometimes. Like hilarious.
We should put it up on our channel.
Should
We
we?
might as well. I don't
It's
think
so good.
I don't think it's on their channel anymore. I think they took it down from the
Okay,
original
I'll do it.
spot.
I'll put
Might
it
as
on there.
well.
That's so funny.
We own the copyright or something. I don't know. We're supposed to
my
learn about
face.
that. It's mine too.
They can't. Yeah. What are they? They
What?
can get over it. But I think I love the
Oh.
part where you would like slide closer to the people we were interviewing.
I just keep I just keep
That's
getting
why I
closer.
want to interview people in person so bad. If we could
Dude,
interview
so
in
many
person,
shenanigans. Yeah.
we would be unstoppable. It would be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but going back to the whole like speaking up in class time. It's funny because like if a teacher, there have been a few teachers where I've done that too, and they just immediately shut me down, And one of them was my favorite professor in the world, Dr. Stuart Shapiro, because we were in contracts. I believe it was contracts. And we had one of our tests, one of his really hard tests. And I like was so close to getting a perfect score, like so close to getting an A on this test. And there was like one that I got wrong, like towards the end. And I was like, God damn it. And you know how we could stay and like he goes over the answers like after the test? Yeah. So we take it, we hand it in, and then we go over it. He said the answer to the next one, which I also got wrong. And I literally, and he would just like go down the lines like, this one is this, this one is this, this one is this. And I stopped him and I was like, why is that wrong? And
what did he do?
I just remember him being like, what did he say to me? He said something that I got so like, I felt so bad for saying it the way I did because I was so aggressive. I was just like, why is this wrong? I was so mad.
Get a firebender moment.
I really did. No, I freaked out because I was like, I need to get this A right now because this is like my shit. Like, I'm good at this. And he was just like, you're just wrong. Like, he was basically just like, look at the paper. Like, this is wrong. Your argument makes no sense.
Because like, it's a fact. Okay. It's either it is
yeah,
or
basically
it
that's what he said. Well, this is just truth. So I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, that was something else. He's hilarious. I love that man so much.
Oh, he's the best. I saw him leaving school in like I think he had a Mustang or like some really, really expensive car. He had it was convertible down. He had his shades on. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he looked at me and he winked, and then he just kept driving.
That man is my favorite man in the world. He's a boss lawyer too. Like what did he say? He's never lost a case?
Yeah, he said he's never lost a case.
One, maybe I don't.
Maybe he said he lost one. Yeah.
Didn't he say? I think he said he lost one, and he wasn't like the main attorney or like
something happened weird. Like he came in late, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if I ever have legal issues, I'm going to Dr. Stuart Shapiro.
Yes, I'm calling him immediately.
MD at law. I don't know. What do you say? What is it?
I don't know.
MD is doctor, isn't it?
That's medical doctor, though, isn't it?
I'd let him serve my wounds. I bet.
Dr. Shapiro, you're a doctor. Help me. He would be sipping his cocktail at his cocktail party.
Right.
Like, get out of my house. Like, go to the real doctor that is going to fix you. Like, I'm going to help you with law. I'm not going to help you with this.
But Dr. Shapiro, my legs are off. I can't go anywhere. I don't have any legs.
You have to carry me out, please. But what if I want to know what his thoughts would be on this little Uzi Vert situation? What a time to be in a class with Stuart Shapiro right now, because you sent this to me. I didn't hear about this until you sent it to me. But little Uzi Vert, who is a rapper, I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Vert. I just think it's Vert. I think it's just like Vert.
Vert sounds cooler. It's more
Vert is like, yeah, it's French. Vert.
Vert. Sounds better. I don't know. I'm going to say Vert. I don't care.
Okay.
Right. So he got a $24 million diamond implanted in his forehead like Vision from the Marvel movies.
Yeah. He's been paying it off since like 2017
Yeah, no,
he's
had it forever. And he finally got it in his head. And it's apparently like because like people can like snatch chains and stuff. But the only way to get this $24 million is to cut off his head.
So how does it get implanted? I don't understand.
I don't know. And the thing is, like, we don't even know if it's real. Like, this could not be a real thing. Like, this could be just one of those bedazzled jewels that you put on your, like, skin. Like, that could be what's happening. We don't know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Where's the person? Where's the diamond cutter? Where's the person that, like, gave him this that says, oh, this is 24 million. Like, look how clear it is. Like, I don't know.
Dude, it's ruby. You looked at it? It's like pink.
Yeah.
It's like pink lemonade.
It's crazy. I don't know. Oh, I can't believe it. Like, why would you do that?
I laughed out loud.
That's got to weigh you down. Like, you're going to be falling
into the size of a thumb.
Yeah.
Like, it's not small.
It's huge.
And then you have to wonder, is this offensive?
Yeah, yeah.
Think about the spot in the forehead. It's a little red.
I mean, he's got tattoos everywhere. So, like, and piercings everywhere. So I feel like putting this there is just like, it's just Uzi. Like, it's just him.
Yeah.
But I can't believe it. He's a real life I guess not a superhero, but he's looking like one.
Yeah. I
Can't
do you
believe
think
it.
what powers come with the would come with a diamond? Do you think?
The power to make pink lemonade on command.
Like you can piss it.
No, I was gonna say
Open up.
only if you have regular lemonade, he could just be like boom and turn it pink. So it's like it's not a convenient superpower.
It's like he dips his hand in and just something like whatever's dirt is on his hand turns the lemonade pink. It's not like it's just something wrong with his skin. It's like a dermatology thing.
What if he eventually becomes? Wait, do you think he's gonna get more?
What if he becomes completely diamond encrusted?
Yeah, it's like that episode of Avatar. It was like episode 4 in like the first season when Aang has to like fight this Earthbender who's like his old friend from 100 years ago.
Yeah, and they have all the rock crystals.
And his friends are being covered in rock crystals. That's gonna be him.
I want that bad. I would donate to see that. I would donate money.
That'd be
see
amazing.
Him get a full suit of diamond armor in real life.
So he's definitely an Earthbender. That's what he's confirmed.
Yeah.
He has confirmed that. He's also what if he's in the next Marvel movie? We're just like, I got this for the Marvel movie, and
he's Vision.
He goes up to them. It's like we have no choice but to put him in this movie. Look at his face. We have to put him in.
He bought the actual Infinity Stone.
What if he's like he could be like the Vision villain?
What?
But he's also he looks happy.
Anti-Vision.
Like he's a happy guy.
Yeah. He's not very villainous.
He's not very villainous. So I don't know. Maybe he's his brother. He's his brother. He's his dude. But like, because Vision's fake, so like anyone can be his brother.
Right. So I think Son. He's Vision's
He's
son.
one of the kids from the new
from
show.
WandaVision. From the new show, WandaVision. Yeah.
One of the white kids from WandaVision.
Yeah. But
Oh
it's
my God.
just Uzi Vert. But it's little Uzi Vert, so he's like a kid.
Do you think he'd have to? It's just his giant face.
His
with a
head's the
tiny
same
body.
size, and he's running around like Stewie
That's his.
from Family Guy.
That's his superpower. He just has a big head, and it just keeps getting bigger.
You gotta have a pretty big head to get a diamond put on it.
Not only just a diamond, but a $24 million diamond. In your head, hey dude, go buy
How do you
something.
justify that?
Go buy anything else.
What would you buy if you had that much money? Don't say paying off your student loans.
Not this
shit.
though. I mean, we already talked
you
about
would.
it though. We
Did I
already
ask
talked
you that
about it.
already?
Yeah, we talked about it like a few episodes ago. But I think
Oh yeah, I said I'd get.
you'd get White Castle.
I get White Castle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I would probably. I said I would buy a really nice car. That'd be like one of the first things I do.
Get more.
Do you want me to do some crazy stuff?
I want some crazy shit.
I would buy
Like,
a yacht, and I would throw the
Yeah.
biggest goddamn party on that yacht.
Mhm.
And I would only invite people that I hated, and I would set the boat out adrift.
and burn it.
I am a firebender. You're right. This is different.
These are some firebender impulses.
These are some
Aaron.
firebender thoughts that I'm having right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, I don't know. I think in general, I would like travel. I would go to a bunch of different places,
No, I think that's
do a bunch of stuff. Obviously, put a ton into my music and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Buy some cool beats or hire some.
You could be
really
like
good
Olivia
producers.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, I could.
She came out of nowhere.
I mean, she was on a show.
Yep, High School Musical, the series, the show, the junior, the episode, the school series of shows, junior musical, absolute first entry.
That was amazing. That should have been their whole title of that show.
Well, it's so long, I don't even know what it is. I just know it's High School Musical.
I've never watched it because I refuse to, because my love for High School Musical is too great to ever even.
That's
humor. To humor it.
Are we allowed to like High School Musical now? Since we're older, I know you do. But like,
I was gonna say, Lucas.
I know
we're
you're
not
a huge
allowed
fan.
to. Why have I not been arrested? Because like, I should be if we're not allowed to. I have a Troy Bolton jersey.
No, you don't. It says Wildcat.
It's the
you made
real
a TikTok
jersey.
with it.
It is the real jersey. Yeah, I know, and
It's not
flopped,
Zac
which is
Efron's.
fucking stupid. I'm pissed about that.
It was a good TikTok.
I know, but it didn't do well. It got like 300 views.
It's more than any of mine.
But that's not good.
No,
comparatively to what it should have
it's not
gotten.
good.
Like,
Yeah, it should have gotten
come on,
more.
that's funny. Troy Bolton's audition for the NBA. That's brilliant.
No, you're really bad at it, I think, right?
I'm terrible
Yeah.
on purpose, but I'm also really bad at basketball in general. But I was like extra bad in this video.
Oh. Well, it looked real. I believed it.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure that's what
I
you want to
appreciate it.
hear.
I was gonna say fuck you, but I was thinking about. I don't know if you saw my text in our group chat earlier, but I found a new insult. I was watching a video.
Oh
and
yeah.
There's this new insult, and it brings back the insult from like the 50s and 60s, which is like sit on it, which is basically like saying fuck you. It's just like, hey, sit on it. That's basically what they were saying.
Bend over.
Yeah. Well, not that.
Why not?
That's not. I guess bend over is, in my opinion, way worse than sit on it.
Well,
but this makes it worse. This next
makes
part makes it worse. Sit on it and twist away. Is terrible. But it is my new favorite thing. I'm never going to say, like, F you again. I'm always, you know what? Sit on it and twist away, my friend. That's what I'm going to say.
Corkscrew that bottom, bitch.
That's better. That is the best. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, can we go back to I need to say this. Remember how one of the first episodes I said Lord of the Rings is my favorite
trilogy. Yes.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably my favorite show.
Really?
Even though it's an animated show.
Like of all time.
Yeah, I would say the only exception would have been Game of Thrones if the last season didn't suck.
Okay. I was actually just thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about Game of Thrones and how like the last season did suck, but how like amazing the rest of the show was.
It's so good.
And like I feel like the rest of the show outweighs the last season because they were good for so long. Like when have you known the last season besides like a few others like Avatar, like Breaking Bad that were amazing?
Yeah, Seinfeld, and it's a comedy. That's not even like the same scope.
Yeah, because I don't remember a last season being as incredible as like the middle seasons were.
Yeah, but like, I feel like because they set up such a conclusion, like because the show is about the story. It's not like How I Met Your Mother, which the last season did kind of suck, and it was about getting to that point in the story. Mm-hmm. But like rarely was the show actually about meeting the mother. Yeah. The whole show of Game of Thrones is about winter's coming.
Yep.
Which was one episode, and that's bullshit.
Winter's coming, and like by the end of season 7, it was like, hey, winter's here finally. Like,
yeah. By the way, you didn't notice this, but everything's bad.
Oh, you didn't see the ice dragon? You didn't see that earlier? Yeah, winter's here. I don't know if you
go check it out. No, keep your distance, but it's pretty cool.
It's really awesome.
It's really cool. I did think that part was pretty sick. I'm gonna be honest.
Now, if you ask nicely, he might let you pet it. But if he kills you, nicely, not my fault. Don't come crying to me, okay? But so I agree with you that Avatar is incredible, but I don't think it's better than Game of Thrones. Mainly because I loved Game of Thrones more than any show I had ever seen. Like for like the 2 years that I got really into it, and I like binged it like 3 times.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I've only seen it once.
It's okay. It's way better the second time because you started off knowing who everyone is.
Yeah, I had to keep a notebook the first time I watched it through. I had no idea who anybody was. I had no idea.
So like going back and watching a second time is actually super helpful, but it makes the ending even more disappointing.
I feel like I just stopped.
So that's what's rough. Like my opinion is stop after Battle of the Bastards because that's the best episode in my opinion. Like I love that episode to death. But there's other shows like Breaking Bad, which I think was phenomenal through and through. the entire all 5 seasons, amazing. Really?
It didn't do it for
Why?
me.
Really?
Can you
Okay.
believe that? Okay, well, 2 reasons. There's 2 reasons.
Mhm.
The first one is just generally I don't really like crime stuff. I don't know why. I know everybody loves crime stuff. Like
Okay.
there's so many crime shows.
You're a
And
fantasy
obviously
guy.
this one's different. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they add so much. Yeah, I'm a fantasy guy for sure.
Yeah.
They add a lot to it, and it was great. I thought it was a great show. The
Mhm.
acting was amazing.
Yeah.
The writing was really good. My problem
You're checking
with
all
it.
the boxes here, Lucas. That's
No,
I'm
hold
confused.
on. My problem with it is I got bored so often watching the show.
Mm.
So like there was really great story arcs and there's really great like villains. Like the guy from he's the
Gus
guy
Fring,
from Gus.
the guy who plays Gus. Yeah.
Gus is amazing. I loved his arc.
Yeah.
But there's so many times I was watching the show and I'm like, more Skylar, really? More of his
Okay.
wife.
I agree. I hate Skylar
She's the worst.
with a passion, but everyone
And she's
hates
written
Skylar.
that way, I think.
Everyone
it's
hates
not her
Skylar.
fault.
Yeah, she's just kind of the worst in general.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you think about it, her husband was kind of the worst. So, like,
Yeah. No, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I don't really blame her. She's being normal. She's being
Yeah.
rational.
yeah, exactly. But yeah,
But-
I don't know why. I disagree in general. I think that it was one of the most captivating shows. Like when I watched it, I couldn't look away.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There's literally I had to pick it up twice, back up twice, because I just stopped
Wow.
watching it. And the second
Yeah.
time was in the middle of the 5th season, and I skipped an episode where one of like the big characters dies.
Oh no!
I just skipped it, and then they're like, "You killed him." I'm like, what? He's not dead. Where is he? And then I got 2 more episodes in. I'm like, fuck. I spoiled it for myself.
that is something you would do. I would see that, but
yeah, the one by the river, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like, I don't know. That show was so well written, and the fact that only like 2 people survive is basically what Game of Thrones should have done.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones,
should
it
have
killed
done.
off obviously so many characters, but there's like 150 main characters. So like, hey, there should have been like 2 people left. Like in all honesty, there should have been 2 people left. I think Sansa should have been alive.
Yeah.
Every other Stark should have died.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think Jon should have died.
Especially-
I think Arya should have died. I think Bran should have
Especially
died.
Arya. Arya should have died sooner.
How did she
even.
not die? Like I love her character. I love Arya to
Yeah.
death, but she should have died in battle. It should have been she should have like gone up against Cersei or something, or like something happened.
I think
where
she should have gotten fucked over.
In what way?
Like, because that became her thing, like she's the faces person
yeah.
and like she was very spy-y and like
Mhm.
pulling all these little tricks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen her get tripped up by somebody
Oh
and
yeah,
stabbed in the back.
yeah. I agree.
That would have been cool. Or in battle would have been cool too, because she was a really good fighter, like you said.
Yeah, I in general, I do agree with Daenerys dying, but I just didn't want it to be in the way that it was.
No, well, they didn't do the power crawl of her, like, that's not the right word, but they didn't do like the crawl of her becoming evil.
And all of a sudden, she became Hitler.
Well, just
Like-
be randomly.
It's like, how did she just become this fascist monarch all of a sudden? I don't understand.
It pissed me off.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I think like Sansa should have been alive, and that's
Mhm.
like basically. And what's his name? Sam. Like those two,
Damn.
those two.
Yeah.
only people. And then Sam could be there to write about the whole thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's
That
like
would be
it's kind of
cool,
like a
yeah.
Lord of the Rings ending.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Literally Sam.
that would be how I don't know. Because
Yeah.
Sam of Lord of the Rings and Sam of Game of Thrones are basically the same, except Sam from Lord of the Rings is more of a badass
Mhm.
in every way. But like,
Oh,
they're
that
both
reminds
smart.
me of something I had to talk about.
Oh boy.
We'll finish this up and I'll tell you. But I agree completely, and I remember it was one of the only shows that I was upset people I liked didn't get killed, and that's insane.
Yeah.
How do you fuck that up?
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, now here's what I was gonna say.
Okay, bring it on.
I think that the least badass thing you can say is BAMF.
BAMF?
Like badass motherfucker. Like the acronym.
People
But like,
wait,
you don't know this?
people say that?
People say he's a BAMF. She's such a BAMF.
Oh, Lucas. I would feel the
How
same
horrible
as you.
is that?
That's terrible. Why would that come out of your mouth?
Like,
the words in that acronym, badass motherfucker, they all hit super hard.
yeah.
Why would you add it with a soft F at the end? BAMF.
BAMF.
That doesn't hit at all.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Because it totally takes away the point. Like, part of, like if you're bestowing the honor of badass motherfucker, like, that's because, like, you had to say all those swear words in a row. Like,
yeah, you had to go through it to get to the end of that sentence.
Like, you're awarding a sentence to somebody.
Yeah, and that's never used in a derogatory way, really. You're like, you're a badass motherfucker. Like, that's awesome. I wish I was you. I'm envious.
But saying, they're a BAMF.
Hey, you're a BAMF? I would punch you in the face.
Sounds like Bambi. Like, what the fuck?
You're saying I'm a baby deer. So
yeah.
I'm the opposite of a
I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough, apparently, is what you're saying.
I was going to say something bad. And I decided not to.
People will say BAMF for anything. I think it can only be used when you do something lame.
I agree.
And say it ironically.
It's like the backhanded version.
Yeah.
Badass motherfucker.
Oh, you're such a BAMF, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, you have to say it sarcastically.
Yeah.
Or else you sound like an idiot. You sound like an idiot.
Like, if I told you that today I went to the bank and I deposited $200 worth of coins, and you went, "Wow, you're BAMF, man. Nice." I only used that because I did that today.
You did that today? I mean, dude,
coins.
Isn't that the best feeling, though?
I had this big sack.
Everyone has the big sack of
and
coins.
I dropped it. And
everyone has the big sack of coins. It's kind of like... And then
you have the big sack and the big sack of coins. So that's
I have been blessed with both. So when I take it to the bank and I give them both, they're a little freaked out by it.
They got their hands full.
I said, which one are you
taking
today?
So
I always give them options. I say, hey, which one are you having today? And then it's usually the money. Sadly.
Unfortunately. Somehow, I don't know what the thought train is there.
I used to be mesmerized, though, by like those machines that count the coins. Like, I was like, oh my God, it's counting so fast. It made me feel like an idiot. It's like I could never count those that fast.
The ones at the supermarket?
Yeah, it took me an hour to like count these all out.
And you're impressed at the counting.
Yeah, no, I was in my bedroom. All right, 25, 50, 75, like, and I just kept going up and up and up with the quarters. Then I'd be like, oh no, now it's nickel time. Like, nickel time was the worst because you always have more nickels than anything else.
Yeah,
I don't know how. How do you have more nickels than anything else?
Because nobody wants them.
I agree with you there.
I would sooner throw away a nickel than I would a penny.
I agree.
And it's a fifth of the value.
Yeah. I totally agree with you.
That's ridiculous.
I think it's because there is now this stigma, or I guess there's always been this stigma around, or maybe not always, like in the era of cards, like credit cards and debit cards, if you go to pay for something and you're paying in cash, if you don't just hand a dollar bill, you're an asshole. Like, if you're handing them quarters and nickels and pennies, people get mad. And the only people who do that are like people that are like 40 years old and up.
Yeah. Well, the other problem with that is the people working these registers aren't always the best counters. Because I don't know why. You know why? Because
we're not taught how to count, and that's why it took me an hour to count those up, and why I'm so impressed by the computer counter.
Yes.
That's exactly it. You are brilliant.
That's it. I have proof, though. I worked cashier for a summer, and they made me take a math test because they're like, we just ran into too many problems with people not being able to count change.
I mean, as much as I'm joking, I can count. So like,
I know you can. I'm just saying, like, it's insane that is real. Like
Yeah.
people can't count. There are some people
can
who
you
cannot
not
count.
like? Come on, dude. Like I feel like even if you don't go to school, like say you drop out of high school or something, like you have to use money in everyday life. How have you not like somehow eventually grasped the concept of counting money? Like, hey, it's really not that hard. It breaks down fairly evenly. So like how
In fact it's designed to.
exactly.
We made it that way.
No, but the reason like I never want to give people change. And actually, I think it was like a few months ago, I was going to like get fast food, and I like went to hand change to someone because it was all I had, and there was like the final cost of it was like $8.01. I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna give you a whole dollar and get 99 cents back. Like that sucks. So I gave him the penny that I had in my cup holder. Like,
oh, nice. Yeah.
And I went and I dropped it in, and they had like gone to grab it, and they didn't have this, so like the penny fell to the ground. And I was like, I don't know if I'm shocked that you didn't have your hand this way, or
But they went like this.
They went like this. It was like they were grabbing for it.
They went overhand.
And
That's
I feel like
nobody...
usually, maybe it's just me, but usually they do like put it like this for you to like slide change here and like the bill into your thumb pocket here.
Yeah, that's God designed our hands that way for the change and the grab.
Specifically for currency. That's why he designed our hands.
For currency, yeah.
Just,
God invented
they
capitalism.
Dropped the penny. Why is? I feel like I got a little upset in my head.
I would have been mad.
My Firebender kind of came out, and they're like, "Oh, where's the penny?" I was like, "It just dropped." It's like it's on the ground.
Guess it's your lucky day. Looks like Lincoln's winking at you.
There were so many ways I obviously just gave him a different penny. I wasn't about to get out of my car. You can't open your door like when you're.
I would have driven away. I'd have been so pissed.
I gave him the penny. I was like, they looked at me like I was crazy too. I was like, why didn't you hold your hand the other way? Why did you not do that? I started losing my mind, but I always lose my mind over little tiny things like that. But something I did want to talk about. Fast food. Did you have something to say quickly? Did I cut you off?
No. I just I think all the transactions should be underhand.
I agree.
And I think the change should go first and then the dollars.
I agree. You put the change on top of the dollars, slide the change in, hand them the dollars.
What?
So like if you're getting ready to hand them,
oh yeah.
You have the change sitting on top of the cash, like the bills,
right?
And you like slide the change into their hand, and then you hand them the actual cash money.
Yeah, they receive coins and then dollars.
Correct.
I agree.
But anyway, so like speaking of fast food, I am doing no fast food February.
I already fucked up, but go ahead.
And
it's 4 days in, so I can't join you. But go ahead.
But it's very interesting because I don't know.
Awesome.
I'm just trying to like eat healthier in general. And I eat obviously way too much. I live on my own, and I like usually get fast food maybe like 2 to 3 times a week, and
it's a lot.
It is a lot, and I mean usually I'm only spending $5 to $10 per meal because obviously it's very cheap. But I was like, you know what, I need to stop eating this because every time I eat it, I feel like crap. And so something that popped in my head though when I was thinking about this is when I go to order at fast food, and I want to get your thoughts on this. When I go to order, I never say the number that I'm ordering. I always say the individual item.
Yeah. I usually do that.
So like
today specifically was the one time I said I'm going to get a number 2.
We have a psychic connection.
That's so weird. I thought before I went, I'm like, are they going to know what I mean?
Right?
Like they don't know the menu. But I worry. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I have never once gone up and said like, oh, I'll take like a number 1 meal. I've always said, oh, I'll have a Big Mac, please.
Yeah.
And I won't even do like a combo. Like I've never even said, hey, I'd like a Big Mac combo. I would say like, I'll take a Big Mac and a medium Coke and fries. And they'll be like, oh, so you want the combo? And I was like, yes, the medium.
And you do that every time.
Yes.
You wait for them to ask if it's. All right. Well, I say combo, so
I don't know why. I just want to make sure that they've heard because I don't want them to mess up. I'm always like, I want to make sure you hear from my mouth exactly what I want, so that no one's confused.
That if they're gonna mess it up, they're gonna fucking mess it up, Aaron.
I know.
I tripped over a lot of that, but you know what I was getting at.
Sometimes something that actually makes me laugh, which is shocking of all the things that make me really upset when I get fast food, is when you get an order and like they're just missing something completely on it. So like if you get like a McChicken and somehow there's like no lettuce and mayo on it, and it's just like this is just chicken and bread. Why?
Yeah, how did you do this?
How did you even accomplish this task? It's mind blowing to me. Like, how did you even? It's so funny. The fact that they're able to actually do that.
Yeah.
I once got a Big Mac without the second patty.
What?
So it was just one patty with 3 buns.
Ugh.
And I was like,
Like
I bit it. I didn't notice.
Big Mac.
I didn't notice at first. I bit into it and I was like, what am I eating? This is very high in bread count. This is too much bread.
My mouth is dry.
That's exactly what happened. No, but I wasn't dry. You still have the sauce in there and everything.
Special sauce, absolutely. I should have known.
That is the best.
So do you bring it back, or are you the type of person to bring it back?
No, I am. Here's the thing.
You ate it.
To be very honest, I am someone who absolutely hates confrontation. I will only confront people if it's like really, I don't know, if it's really, I guess, important, if it's, if it's really pivotal to what like the situation is, if I have to confront someone. But like if I'm at a restaurant and I order something and it comes out not what I wanted, I will eat it.
Achoo.
God bless
Thank you.
May God bless you in all of your future sneezes.
Yeah, that's really nice of you. I don't think I've ever gotten that from anybody.
I'm glad you haven't gotten that from anybody.
So what were you saying?
When I'm at a restaurant and I order something, and say I was to order, for example, I guess a burger, because this is what happens a lot at restaurants. Say you order a burger at a restaurant, you're like, all right, I want this cooked medium. And it comes out like, well done. I would say, fuck it, I'm eating it. I would not send it back and be like, make me another one. And I think it's because I've worked in restaurants for like 5 years. So like,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know. I never have ever like talked to a waitress and been like, hey, can you please take this back? Or hey, can you change this? I'm always like, I'll eat it, whatever. Because I never, as someone who has had to deal with that,
yeah,
I don't want to make someone else have to deal with that. Even if it's like not even my fault, I'll still be like, oh, that's fine. They could like trip on me and spill water all over me, and I'd be like, all right, that's
sorry.
sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
How awful is it to bring something back as a waiter? I don't think I've ever done that. I've never been a waiter.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it that bad? Where
I hate it. See, I hated it because I hate like talking about like. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. When I'm walking back into the kitchen with someone's food that they did not like, it is the worst feeling ever because I don't like. I just hate to be the bearer of bad news.
It's more confrontational.
Because I have to walk back and tell the chefs, hey, you got to make another one of these when you already are making a million other meals.
Yeah.
And that sucks because I'm like, I don't want to have to make you remake this. Like, this is stupid.
But they get mad at you.
Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes it's like our fault.
Oh, okay.
So like there were a few times, it didn't happen often, thank God, but like I would put in something wrong. Like I would miss a step or something, or like be like, oh, I put on the wrong cheese on this burger, or like blah, 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 blah. And people would catch it, obviously, and they'd be like, oh no, like you need to go fix this. I'd be like, oh no. And that's the worst because I go back like, this is my fault. Like it's my fault that I'm making you do more work now.
Right.
So that's why it's rough. And I never confront people. And also I have family members that always confront people. And I sit there and I go, I'm going to leave. I'm so uncomfortable. Like I hate when people talk back to waitresses and waiters. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so awkward. You're just like,
yep.
I just squeeze my hands and clench my teeth.
And and the thing is, they're always so rude about it. It's never like there's so many people.
Sorry.
Hey, why don't you be like, hey, I'm really sorry to like have to do this to you, and if it's okay, would you mind changing this for me, or would you mind like getting me this side instead, or like
there's nothing wrong with that.
because if people ask me like that, I'm like, of course, like I will do that right away.
Mm.
But if someone's like, hey, you need to change this, like this is wrong. Like, why did you like put this in wrong? You gave me the wrong thing. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking to me. And then I take longer to go get their thing
I
on
bet.
purpose. And that's when I'm kind of just like,
Good.
hey, manager, go talk to him because I'm not dealing with it right now.
Yeah, fair enough, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, is that what happens? Is that why the manager will come over after you get a bad thing?
Yeah.
It's because the waiter
They have
will
to
go
make
up
sure
them?
that they're okay. Yeah. Usually the waiter's like, hey, just so you know, they talked to me. They're not happy. You should go talk to them. And they
Okay.
usually go over.
Now
But
I
the
know why
worst-
that had happened. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, I get what that they were coming because of that, but I'm assuming that people who are really nice about it don't have to get the manager to come over and apologize.
Correct.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going to say really quickly that the worst is when someone eats most of their meal and then says they don't like it. Because then it's
Well,
like, hey,
that's wrong.
you bitch. You just ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to get another one. So get over it. There was this one time. Oh, my God, Lucas. I think I had some really bad tables, but this one was the most annoying, right? So I was definitely angry, but it was just so annoying. Are you frozen?
I'm just kidding.
You were so convincing. Oh, my God. How did you do that?
I got you, though. Yeah.
You got me real good.
Well,
you were not moving.
Here, I'll explain it to you in my two-step process.
Okay. Yeah.
Step
fuck
one.
what I was saying. This is way more important.
Step 1, zone out. Step 2, wait for Aaron to ask if you're frozen and don't move.
Step 1, don't pay attention to anything that Aaron's talking about. Holy shit. You asshole.
Hey, Aaron, how about you sit on it and twist around for a while?
Sit on it and twist away, you motherfucker.
Yeah, twist away. That's it.
Oh, my God. But can I... Are you going to pay attention to my story now real quickly?
Were you talking? Did you have a story or something?
Yes, it's quick.
What was it about? What were we talking? Oh, I remember now. We were talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. You've been zoned out for the last 20 minutes.
Imagine.
I would lose my mind. But I was just going to say quickly, this one lady once had like one pasta dish, took like 2 bites, hated it, boxed it up. Had us make her a different pasta dish, made it, boxed it up, hated it. Made her another one, boxed it up. I brought her the check. I brought her the check with all 3 pastas. And she's like, why are you giving me this check with all 3 pastas on it? It's like, because you ordered fucking 3 pastas. And she was like, well, I only ate one of them. It's like, you have them both boxed up, ready to go home.
You're taking them home.
And you're taking them home, and you're clearly going to eat them.
Yeah.
So, like, I was like, okay, then can I take those back? And she was like, no, I ordered those. I was like, then you're going to pay for them.
You just said you didn't order them.
And so I lost my mind. I left and I was like, you are like, I went up to my manager. I was like, you're not going to believe what just happened. You're not going to believe what's happening at this table. You have to go over there right now because I don't know how to speak to someone who is this idiotic. I don't know how.
Did the manager figure it out?
Yeah, she went over and they ended up like negotiating to get one of them taken off.
Oh, come on.
And I was like, God, fuck it.
That's bullshit.
Now you make me look like a bitch by like doing that. But no, I would have also probably done the same thing just to get them out of the fucking plate. Like just to get them away.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what they do. Like the managers are never like, oh, I'm so nice. Like in their head, they're like, I fucking hate you and want to get you out of this restaurant as fast as I possibly can. So I'm going to just give you free food.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which sucks, but at the same time, I would do the same thing. So
Yeah. Who wants? It's worth the free meal to not to deal with them.
yeah, exactly. But we're running out of time here, so we're gonna hop in quickly. Just do maybe 1 or 2 Is It Weirds?
Yeah,
and then be done with it. All right, let's do it. Actually, I want to do just one because I feel like this one is gonna send us down a weird path.
Let's get weird.
This is gonna get crazy. Is it weird? I want to cuddle with my friend's mom. Like, I'm just really comfortable around her, and normally if I'm comfortable around someone, I kind of wish I could cuddle with them. And to be clear, I just want some wholesome cuddles, like just on the couch hanging out, probably watching a movie. You are a fucking weirdo. You are a goddamn freak, and you need to stop being on the internet and spreading this libel. I've had enough. I read that, and I was like, I have to tell Lucas this is the worst thing in the world.
That's terrible. That is so bad. That I think that's worse than being romantic with your friend.
I agree. That is 10 times worse.
It's worse.
I'd rather have you date my mother.
Yeah.
That's
and
terrible.
then do the cuddling.
Yes.
No. Please never. Aaron, if you ever cuddle my mom,
it's disgusting.
I will break your neck. Don't do that.
I will snap your neck off.
I will snap it. I will.
Oh my God. That's just disgusting. I'm literally, I cringed when I read that, and I almost didn't want to talk about it because I was like, this person doesn't deserve to have this talked about on a podcast. But
that makes me it does. I'm mad and grossed out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Is your
Weird.
skin crawling? Because my skin is crawling.
Yeah, it's like it's like that part of the Mummy when that big bug crawled underneath.
Yeah, I just can't believe how that's so gross. And I want to know how old this person is, because it only gets worse with age. It only gets worse with age.
Yeah, it does. Because if it's like an 8-year-old saying it, not that bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad. But if
think about a 50-year-old man.
My friend's mom was like 90. I want to hang out with her and cuddle. When would you even do this?
Watching a movie, like
I don't know if I've ever seen a mother sit down and watch a movie.
Mm-mm. My mom doesn't.
My mom doesn't either.
She plays games on her iPad.
My mom does not do that. She's always doing something else though. She's like never actually paying attention to what she's watching.
Was she like on her phone?
Unless it's her soap opera, then she pays attention.
Is that her program?
Yeah.
The soap opera?
Yes, her story. Yeah.
That's her story. Got to watch her stories.
Absolutely disgusting. But yeah, that's what she pays attention to, and then everything else, it's like just on in the background because she only watches things that she's already seen.
Oh.
She rarely watches new movies unless we're watching them and we like force her to watch them.
Well, that's I think that's almost as bad. To say I am never going to do a new thing ever again.
Yeah. Well, it's like she just enjoys the movies that she enjoys, I guess. I don't know.
So do I.
Very strange. Very strange. But
I'm not that's too much to unpack because we have enough.
We're getting too far away from the real problem at hand, which is the fact that this person wants to cuddle with their friend's mom.
Why? Don't.
Hey, buddy, go cuddle with your friend. That's less weird. You and your bro. I'm assuming this is a man, but it could be either. But like, if it's a guy, go cuddle with your bro instead. That's less weird. That is less weird. Go cuddle with your bro.
You know what? If it's a girl, if this is a girl, it is less weird for sure. I feel like
no, I disagree.
No.
I think it's not. Okay, it's definitely not as fucked up, but it's still weird.
It's still weird. However,
girls are weird. So like,
girls do weird stuff like that. They sleep in the same bed and like cuddle while watching movies and stuff.
What if they're like 20 and the mom's like 50? That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
And I understand that it's just platonic, but like you said, that makes it weird. Whenever you ever cuddle with someone, it was platonic cuddle. Besides the boys hanging out on Saturday night with no shirts on, cuddling up, watching Lord of the Rings all day.
Cocks in our mouths.
Dicks in our hands.
Getting nice and comfy.
No one's cuddling with a friend. And if you are, one of those two people are thinking, not just friends. Like, come on. Like, this
I think
is gonna
one of the
go
only
somewhere.
times.
Mom, I hope you don't watch this episode, even though you probably will. So great.
Does she watch?
Yeah. I always tell her, don't. I always say, don't watch this episode. And she does anyway. And she always comments. I'm like, I knew you were going to say that.
Mom, I want you to comment on this podcast, and I would like you to say if you think it'd be weird to cuddle with your son's friend. I want to know. There's only one way to find out.
I am cutting.
No, Aaron, you can't. Listen, Mom, I'm not going to cuddle. I won't cuddle with you. We've established that. But would you cuddle with me? And I don't.
No.
Again, I'm not. This is not a request. This is and is it weird?
Or else
we're
I'm
flipping
getting a new
the script.
podcast host. That's what would happen then.
Aaron, are you saying this makes you uncomfortable?
Correct. That is indeed what I'm saying.
All right. I mean, yeah,
Well,
you're welcome to cut it, but
this is a great time to end the podcast. We went off today. We went off the rails, but it is my fault for bringing this one up. So
yeah, it was my fault for bringing up Game of Thrones because I should have known what the
we went on a deep dive there. But anyway, thank you all for listening. I do want to mention real quick, make sure that you are liking and subscribing so subscribe to our channel and make sure you're liking our videos. Takes 2 seconds to press that button, right? Takes 2 seconds. Click it, and it helps us out a lot. Even dislike it if you'd rather.
I'd love to.
Give us something. Give us something.
Bully us in the comment section.
Please.
I would love that.
Please.
We will feature you on the show.
Please tell us, comment below an answer to our Is It Weird questions. Tell us what you think. Let us know if you think it's weird or if you think we're crazy for thinking it's strange.
Do you have your own Is It Weird?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, call us. We haven't had a call in a while, so call in.
What's the number?
It is 315-278-1153. So I'll say it again, 315-278-1153. Call in, tell us your Is It Weirds, because we genuinely love to hear them. Yeah. And I can't believe how strange some people are. So I just want to constantly
case in point today. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know below if you would cuddle your friend's mom. Platonically. As if that's a thing. But also make sure you're following us on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. Just give us a like, dude. That's all I'm saying. Give us a like and
do that.
We'll hang out every week and it'll be a great time.
If we can get 10 likes on this video, I'll shave my chest.
Wow.
There you go.
Is this for real?
I have no hair on my chest, so
okay.
I have some. I
have a lot. So it would be it would be much harder for me. Or I guess it would be
if we get 100 likes, Aaron will shave his chest.
If we get 100 likes on this video, I'll shave my chest.
And I'll do it for 10.
Okay.
Honestly, that makes
sense.
Your hair.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, that works for me.
Cool. I like that. I like these. We should put some challenges at the end.
I agree. We totally should. All right. That's the episode for today. We will see you all next week.